Hello, everyone. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, this is going to be so good. Hello, Beth.
Hey, heya.
How are you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. I have had a good day.
Oh, you've been busy. You're always busy, aren't you?
Oh, yesterday was awful. Yesterday, you won't believe what happened. I went to work,
Oh no.
and in the middle of work, I started to have a horrible migraine, and it was so busy that
Mm.
I didn't even have time to take any meds. And at some point, I was walking up and down the stairs, going around all the corridors to the wards and seeing patients. And I was walking and trying to keep my head still and just my body moving. So my head would be pounding. And I finally left work. And I was feeling so nauseous in the car. I was like, oh my God, let me just get home in one piece. And I came home and went straight to bed.
I don't
I
blame
just
you.
passed out. It was awful.
Oh, poor thing, migraines are the worst. You know what's so funny is that I actually have had a migraine all day as well. Literally, I've had to take 2 lots of paracetamol. Oh, I
Uh,
don't
it was
blame
awful.
you. All you want to do is just go.
Yeah.
Oh, you work so hard though. Oh, make sure you get some time to rest.
Yeah, it was like I had to just crash. It was my body needed. I went straight to bed. I was like, I can't even put the kids to bed.
Oh, bless you. Oh, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling any better?
Much better. Much better.
Good
Yeah.
night sleep is the
But
trick.
yeah, thinking of the stress of all of that, today was much nicer. Much nicer.
Oh, good. That's nice. It makes up for it.
How have you been?
Yeah, not too bad. Just been busy working really and just doing other things. Just yeah, you know how it goes. Time just flies by before you know it. It's the your Monday again, and you're like, "Where's that week gone?"
And let me see if I can. People. Okay, if you're watching, can you please give a a comment, a love, and if you can give StreamYard permission to share your name with us and say hi. All right, I've been looking forward to this, Beth. Been looking forward to it. First of all, can I just say congratulations for your song doing so well in the competition and the
Oh,
songwriting awards? Because honestly,
thank
every
you.
time I see that happen to someone, I'm like, AB, that could be you.
It should be you, Abby. You need to enter
Honestly,
the
it's
contest.
just because it's such it like the amount of people that send their songs in.
Yeah,
You just think there's no way, but then you actually see
yeah.
people that who are like either winning or getting really close to winning. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. It just makes you want to keep going, right?
You know what? It was a real good pick me up. I mean, yeah, these contests are really lovely, but it's just a nice cherry on top.
It's a nice, absolutely.
It's yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful for the
It,
opportunity. And
it,
but it's
it's
also, there's so many amazing artists out there like yourself who need to enter because I genuinely think you'd go really, really far. So yeah, and it's all like subjective as well. It depends on who's listening to it, and I just enter it and go, okay, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and it's like it's just nice to see someone in the industry recognize it. But at the same time, it doesn't matter if it doesn't go
mm,
through. I mean, I'm just grateful for the opportunity, and yeah,
honestly.
definitely enter. The entrants are now open for 2023, so enter.
Oh, okay, okay. Will do.
Ordered now.
All right. Oh, hi, Teresa. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so first of all, you told me in the past that you did some producing, and because I'd never actually, because when you told me, you were like, "Oh, you did some part of the production, and then you sent it on to Aaron to complete." So I didn't realize how well you produced until you actually shared your last post about production. I was like, this is amazing, Beth.
Oh, you're so encouraging, Evie. To be fair, Aaron produced 3 of my songs off the EP fully. He took my demos and reworked them and made them sound so much better than I could ever make them. So well done, Aaron. Amazing. But yeah, I do love producing. I've got a long way to go still. I'm still learning and growing, still exploring. There's so many avenues you could take, and I know there's some songs I produce are like, okay, this could work, and some are like, I need more musicians, I need more producers to help me, I need to co-produce with someone. I can't do all on my own. But sometimes I've got some songs that I've potentially got coming out, which have been fully produced by myself this year.
Oh,
But
amazing.
ultimately, I would love to co-produce with other people if
Mm,
necessary going forward. Like the amazing, obviously Peter Bernardo, who did the incredible guitar on my song "Pressing On." Incredibly
mm,
talented artist and
amazing.
a musician, and yeah, incredible. So just really love working with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. And you learn, don't you? You learn a lot. And it's always like two heads are always better than one.
Absolutely. No man is an island. I've learned that quick and fast. When you start out, you're like, I can do it all on my own. It's absolutely fine. Then you're like, nah, nah, you can't do it on your own.
I don't think we were meant to do it on our own.
Never. No, it gets to the stage where you're like, yeah, I've gone the wrong way. I need to kind of backtrack a little bit and be like, let's just go right back to the drawing board and figure out where I went wrong.
And we also have blind sides, don't we? All of us do, which is why they say even if you produce, don't mix. You gotta send it to someone
Yes,
else. Like everyone has
absolutely.
blinders on. They will
100%.
miss things because they're so focused on something else. So absolutely, I don't
Definitely.
think anyone.
Amazing producer Dino, based in Texas. He mixed all of my EP and is mixing hopefully some more songs this year. But he's
Mm,
so talented. Check him out. Yeah, I can't mix to save my life. I can try. I can mix the vocals a little bit, but when it comes to actually like plugins for instruments and things, I'll leave that to someone else. Some people can do all of it, and that's amazing if someone can.
mm,
I so respect and like salute, to people who can do that. But I just know there's only an extent to what I can do, and I'm like, I'm gonna pass this on, and then I get someone else to master my song as well.
mm.
Like you say, 2 heads are better than one.
Yeah.
2 sets of ears are better than one as well.
4 ears are better than two.
4 ears, that's it, yeah.
All right. So, um, I wanted to talk to you about busking because I think out of all my artist friends, you do it so well. Like you are just adventurous when it comes to doing it. I see the excitement. You do it to raise funds for different charities. And I mean, even the fact that you are able to pack up and go, I actually won't even know where to start, like what speakers or mixers and all of that stuff. So
Oh, well,
do
I'd
you want
love
to,
to talk about that with you. And
yeah, do you want to tell us how you got started, some of your favorite things about busking, and then just tips that you can share with us?
yeah, sure, I'd love to. First of all, it's not as scary as you think, because first it's like you feel terrified. I'm not going to lie. You're like, I'm literally putting myself out there. It's a bit like what you do on social media, but just with like physical people walking by.
Mm,
Yeah, so it all kind of started off the back of lockdown, much like yourself, kind of starting the music journey, doing everything online. And I got to the stage where I was just leading worship and just sharing everything online for like over a year and a half. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I need to physically get out there and I need to meet people and I need that kind of two-way response, if you like.
mm,
And it's just really nice to engage with other people, meet new people as well. And I think that's where my heart's at, really, being out there, engaging with the public and just meeting new people. And so that's what was my drive, essentially. So Christmas time, sort of 2021-ish, I got the guts to go out. My brother kind of supported me in that, which was really lovely. And yeah, so I started just going out on my own, singing some Christmas songs. And yeah, always start with some Christmas songs, actually. You can't go wrong with a bit of Christmas.
Nice. Good
But
tip.
in terms of equipment, basically, I invested in an amp and an actual brand. I've got the name of the brand here. So it's called an
Oh yeah.
Cam Audio. So Kilo Alpha Mike. It's spelled KAM basically. Cam Audio, it doesn't have to be that. It can be any type of amp. It can be like this small, this big, or, maybe not like that big, but, but it's a portable amp called a Cam Audio. So it's like one of those ones you can literally, it's like a suitcase. You can pull it up and wheel it.
Right.
The batteries are a bit naff in them, I'm not going to lie. Might be worth investing in something with a bit much better battery life. So
Okay.
my battery's died a few times, and my husband's had to replace the battery, buy a motorcycle battery and put it in to
Okay.
keep it going. Yeah, make do and mend and all that. But yeah, so definitely invest yourself in a really good amp. And
Okay.
also doubled it. Sorry.
Can I? I'm going to ask a silly question, but other people might have it as well. What is an amp, Beth?
An amp is basically short for amplifier. So this is where I'm not that technical myself, to be fair, but amplifier is basically essentially just a speaker that you plug your instrument or your mic into that expands the sound and widens it, and essentially just puts it on a speaker for everyone to hear loudly. And that's essentially my understanding of it.
Okay, okay. So this audio though, was that different to the speaker?
The ampere, I believe, is the same as the speaker.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. This is where we need some sound technicians to correct me, because I might be talking absolute gibberish here. But my understanding of an amplifier is essentially what you use to amplify your instrument and your mic, and a speaker is basically like putting your music through, like speakers in your, in your headphone or just your general stereo speakers. Mine kind of double up as both. If they are both the same thing, I'm sorry, I can't quite answer that. But
I actually love the idea of two in one. I'm always up for two in one. I'm up for that. So
that's it. And the good thing about Cam is that they come with an additional speaker. So say whenever I've got a gig, I can basically double up my amp with the other speaker, so basically just become two speakers. And then and also having a mixer as well is really handy as well. You can buy a mixer to mix both the speakers. And but when you're out busking, you only really need the one speaker anyway, because you might get noise complaints from the businesses in the street. And also, I use this thing called a Boss harmonizer. I don't always harmonize every song I sing, but this is also a good device if you wanted to add some reverb to your vocals. I definitely need reverb, so I bring it out with me, and it's like a little red box, and you can put the song in any key you like. So it's basically figuring out what key the song's in. Most of the time, I don't really use it to harmonize that much, but if I'm playing more when I'm playing piano, I use it. But to be honest, yeah, it kind of, if you plug your guitar into it as well, it tunes to the key of the guitar. So it's really quite handy. So getting yourself a Boss harmonizer or any type of harmonizer, you can plug that in to the amp and then feed your mic from it to create that reverb effect, if you like.
okay.
And then the mic I use is an SM58 Shure mic, industry standard mic. I mean, it's it's one of those mics that, like, yeah, if you haven't heard of it, where have you been?
I've heard of Shure.
Sure, sure. To be fair, yeah, I was a total novice when I started all of this stuff, and I was like, what's a Shure? Oh, right. And I've been using one for years on the worship team. And I was like, oh, yeah.
I know about Shure from the worship team in church because I use it. That's the only reason why I know Shure.
But every Christian artist, where did you first use a Shure?
On stage in church.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I guess that's just one of the main mics. I guess I haven't explored using. This is it here, actually. But yeah, I haven't really used any other mics since I bought it because it was such a good investment, and I haven't looked back really. But yeah, what else would I say? Basically, yeah, just buying the connecting wires, that sort of thing. Just input wires and then output wires to your mics that looks something a bit like this. So you've got this one to tip into that.
Yeah.
all that jargon.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you know. um, yeah, what else? I think that's it for equipment.
Mm. And a
Maybe
mic stand.
yes, a mic stand. Yes, that is one that I sometimes bring if I can be bothered, because a lot of the time I end up carrying all my stuff, and an iPad stand as well, because I like to have my lyrics there just in case I forget my lyrics. So I try to learn my songs off by heart, because I do a lot of cover songs. I mainly do cover songs when I'm busking, but obviously I do love to share my own when I feel confident enough to do so. But definitely having my iPad there helps as like a little safety net in case you forget. Have a little, in case I have a senior moment and I'm like, what's the next level? I'm like, right, let's scroll down. So yeah, but it's a pain in the backside to carry it all from the boot of the car. I'm not gonna lie. It's literally, I would definitely invest in like a big case. I haven't done that yet. I keep saying, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that, I'm gonna buy, and I haven't bought it. So I definitely need to get something that I can put all my gear in and wheel it on top of wheeling the amp. Because at the moment I use a big backpack, and I also use like a mini ukulele case as well. I don't play my ukulele because I'm not good enough yet, but I'm practicing. But yeah, I have my little ukulele case that I used to put out for the collections, should anyone be generous enough to donate. And of course, I bring my business cards out with me as well, and I just pop them there. And I have a little remote tapper as well, like a digital kind of card machine type thing. I don't know what it's called actually. I've even got the app on my phone. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh,
But
you mean people can pay wireless? Like,
that's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
amazing.
So yeah, I've been using that sort of recently. I had it for ages and I hadn't used it, but no, but it's a really good gadget to use because you just don't know. Someone might want to donate £50,
I
and
have one in my bag, and I I've used it so long. I got it everywhere with me.
well, there you go. You got to set it up and just start singing, Abby. Set it up, get your mic stand out, sellotape it to the top or whatever, and be like, right. No, but honestly, it's one of those things where it takes a lot of setting up in. But once you've got it and you can set it to like minimum £2 donation, or you know, hey, £5 if you're generous, or people can type in their own new numbers or whatever. But yeah, because I've had so many people sometimes come up to me and go, I'd really like to make a donation. And I'm like, oh no, I don't have my digital thing set up. It's always, but I've recently started, you know, to get my act together on that one. So you realize how many people actually want to help you and want to donate to you. And you're like, okay, you don't have any cash. We can sort this out. Yeah. So people are so generous though. They really are. It's amazing. That's one thing as well I would encourage. If you haven't gone out busking yet because you're afraid, oh no, no one's going to donate to me, I won't get any money from it. And you'd be surprised, honestly. I mean, I don't really do it for the money per se. It's more for the experience and just being out there, meeting new people and getting the confidence in performing, and doing it in a public setting. But the money is a bonus, to be fair.
Absolutely.
When you're, you know, I mean, I tend to raise money for charity, like you mentioned before anyway. I mean, that's more important to me anyway. Just giving back, it's a form of giving back. So it's a good way to, you know, help those in need as well, just by using your gift. And yeah, I've gone off topic, haven't I?
It's perfect. That's still on topic. So do you find that you've grown your audience this way? Have you gotten some emails, things like that?
Actually, you'd be surprised. Yeah, I genuinely have. It's crazy. Like, I found just by giving out my business cards or leaving them out, the amount of people that pick them up. I don't necessarily always get a follow on Instagram or Facebook from them, but yeah, sometimes I do. Like, I'd say if I was going to give you a percentage, I'd say about 50% people follow me from seeing me busk. And I'd say the other sort of 50% is people picking up my card and then remembering it a few months down the line and going, oh, let's see if she's available for this, or, you know, or let's just check her out anyway. And because I put my email address on there. So should my Instagram or Facebook go down, they've got a way of contacting me.
Nice, nice. And do you have you have like some sort of sign that you put up, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do actually. I've got it here.
I
So
love it. It is so cute.
Do you know, I really need to sort it out because I have IG, but really I should put socials because all it does really is go, oh, she's on Instagram, but actually I kind of limit myself to just Instagram there. So I should be saying, you know, Facebook, FB,
Mm.
TikTok, I love it, good old TikTok. But yeah, basically this is a light box, so it doesn't always work for us. I need to sort that out. But yeah, it's really good because people then know who you are. So most times people do have Instagram, but I've found a lot of people recently are going, well, I can't find you, and it's because they've got Facebook. So yeah, I should really, if I can find the letters, I might just put socials there instead.
How
But
did you get this actually?
oh, just on Amazon, just search a just little letter light box, and
Okay.
yeah, you can pick one up. Where else? I don't think. Oh, I think I got this one in Lidl, middle of Lidl. This one in particular. So yeah, you never know what you're going to find in the middle of Lidl.
So you you must have, because of the letters, like how, what are the odds? So you asked for those particular letters to be put
Um,
on.
it comes with the whole alphabet and loads of signs. So when you
Oh,
open it comes with wads of letters, like multiple alphabeticals and little
right.
asterisks and stars, and yeah, you can go to town with it. You can make any word up you want.
Okay, loving it, loving it. All right. Um, and do you have a copy of your card? Because I love it. How you
Oh,
designed your business cards.
somewhere. I'll just go grab it.
Yeah,
Bear with
I
me.
do love them.
So I'm coming back. So basically, this is a little holder that I got off Amazon,
Okay.
and this is the business card. So this is actually getting out of date now, but I need to like put a more current picture on the front, maybe. But I am a bit slimmer there, so I might keep it for a bit longer.
I
But wait,
love them.
but so on the back, this is obviously the front. A lovely friend of mine, Christina Watkins, did the photography, so check her out. She's an amazing photographer. And on the back, I put a QR code because I thought, well, I could just put my website, and I thought, well, if I put a QR code, then I can do it to my link tree, and then it gives people more options to
Mm,
have more links as you do. And I just found it so much more helpful because then I've got my link to my Spotify, I've got my link to my TikTok, you know, all these other wonderful websites, and
links
I've
are
also
everywhere.
yeah, basically, and I've got like some, I don't know if you can see, just
Yeah,
like the little logos of the socials and then
yeah.
info at Beth Merril. So if people want to contact me directly, if my socials say disappear overnight, say if the like TikTok went down this morning, didn't it?
Oh, I
Apparently,
didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't know until this morning. I was like, oh, what a shame. But yeah, so yeah, I guess because I know you hear these horror stories, don't you, of like, oh, what if like Facebook one day crashes and you can't ever get your information back? And this is why the mailing list is so important as well. I've also got a link on my link tree to the mailing list, like we all have. And um,
Yeah, 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 absolutely. I keep, I'm remembering the day Facebook went down, Facebook and Instagram, and I got like, gosh, how many mails saying this is why growing your email list is so important.
oh yes, yeah, yeah, you just be like,
It was
yeah,
like
I told you.
everyone that could email about email list sent out an email about email list that day.
Yeah, you're like, I don't need an email list. You're like, yeah, I do. I'm so grateful actually knowing about that now. It's like it's such a godsend, isn't it? Because you're like, oh, all my close supporters are right here, and I can send them an email. I don't have to rely upon social media or the silly algorithm to get them to scroll
Yeah,
somehow by chance find my post. I mean,
yeah.
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The amount of people that don't see your post is ridiculous, which is why if you want people to see to know stuff on social media, you literally have to post to the point where it feels like you're posting too much just to maximize the chance that people will see it because
Yeah,
people won't. You will think, oh, I've been post, but they've not seen it.
I know.
They haven't.
Frustrating as well, especially when you put loads of effort into it. And but I know it's not the be all and end all, but it is when you sort of you're trying to like advertise a song or you've put loads of effort into like trying to get other people to hear about what you're up to, and
Mm,
you get like I know it's not about likes, but if you just get like one like or one view, it's a bit like okay, thanks algorithm. So this is why it's like, for me, I was just like, I need to get out there and actually meet people and
Yeah.
see who are real people out there.
Mm. Yeah,
But I know it's
absolutely.
don't be disheartened. It's one of those, like, it's a tough thing. It's so tough for us musicians. I mean, I feel like we've fallen into this, like, um almost rabbit hole of social media popularity, and it's just not good for our mental health. And
Mm.
yeah, we never asked for this anyway. I mean, it's just the way it's become, though, sadly. So we kind of have to roll with it, otherwise we get rolled on.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'd say the strategy of getting out there and meeting people, and busking is just one way. There's so many other ways of,
Oh
as
yeah,
long as you are getting out there. I
exactly.
think that strategy cannot be overemphasized because that's how you grow. That's how you grow your audience. That's how you get better. So yeah, absolutely. I applaud you. And in terms of gigs, do you want to share any tips on how you can get gigs consistently?
Yeah, sure. It's only really been a recent thing in the last sort of year, that I've been delving into the world of. So hopefully I can lend a hand in some information. I'm still sort of learning and navigating the best way to kind of find bookings and find opportunities and things. I'd say, especially living in the UK, I don't know why, I've just found it like it's quite hard to try and kind of find, like, residencies and, like, local places that could, like, hire you on, like, a long time basis to come and sing for them regularly and stuff. And but I found personally, just starting out, trying to kind of find my way with gigging and things, it's mainly been through busking, if I'm honest. That's kind of where I got the first few gigs of mine, was just singing on the street, and then you get someone coming along and going, "Oh, can you sing at my birthday party?" or "Can you sing at my anniversary party?" And you just get these lovely people who come out of the blue almost. And you just, I mean, I remember there's been times where I've just been having, like, a really bad day, because you get good and bad days when you're busking, and like nothing works, and you just feel like giving up. And then you think, why did I bother coming? And then literally as you're packing up, someone comes over and they're like, "I just heard you as I was in this shop, and I wondered if you're free on this day." And it's really nice when that happens. And I still get surprised. I'm like, "You want me to come and sing for you?" I'm just like, okay. But yeah, it's hit and miss. I mean, you go through seasons of plenty and, many bookings coming your way, and then you get seasons, actually a bit like what I'm in at the moment, where it's a bit dry, it's a bit slow, and you just don't really know what's happening. I haven't got many bookings, but that's okay. Like, it's, seasons and reasons. And with that in mind, I've been looking at other ways to hopefully get myself out there a bit more. So I don't know if have you heard of the website Encore?
No. Do you want to spell that?
Yeah, so it's Echo November Charlie Oscar Romeo Echo.
Okay.
So there's Encore, and then there's Gigmit, which is
I've
uh,
heard of Gigmit.
yeah, Gigmit. I signed up to that recently, actually, but I've been on Encore for about a year and a half or so. I've had a couple of bookings through Encore, which has been good. I definitely recommend setting yourself up a profile with them, just because it's just interesting to see from a price perspective as well, how much you can charge compared to other artists out there who are doing really well and getting, like, regular bookings and things. And obviously it's for me, it's really good to see, like, what the standard is as well, because I know I'm not, like, the best singer. I know I'm not that, I'm not as good as piano and things like that. And I know, like, there's always room for improvement, and it's always a good way to find other artists who are way better, and go, right, how can I be as good as them? How can I get to their level? And
Mm.
these are the sort of people who are getting, like, constant regular bookings, like weekly bookings, and you're like, wow, I want to be like that. And it's just really good to kind of meet these other artists through platforms like that. And I'd say yeah, TikTok's quite good for that as well, but I'm going
Mm.
on TikTok again. But yeah, so Uncle and Gigit, definitely get yourself a profile on there. Finding agents as well who are local. I still haven't plucked up the courage yet to contact a local agent, but I've been meaning to do this for ages because I really would love an agent, if I'm honest with you. Because kind of reaching out to people on your own and trying to be like, hi, I'm Beth, I'm a singer. Would you like to play for you? Hello. It's actually really hard. I find that so hard. Just yeah, personally, I really struggle with that part. Like I know a lot of us do as artists, like singing, we can do the songwriting, we can do the recording, but when it comes to like putting ourselves out there going, hi, have you got any free slots? It's embarrassing sometimes. I just feel like such a numpty, you know. I'm just like, hi, I'm local to the area. You know, any opportunities? And I suppose you have to do that. And
You have to.
okay, like I've had so many like no replies, and it's normal to just get the rejections. I mean, it's like water off a duck's back from now on, you know. It's just a bit like it's okay, you know. It's the same with like when you apply on good old Spotify or playlists and all that, you know. I'm used to the not this time, come back later, you know. It's the same old story. It is the same.
Your song is not a fit for my for my taste. The sound is not a fit. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness. The shock when I first heard that. I was like, I thought this was a Christian playlist. My song is a Christian song.
yeah, I know. It's like tough crowd, tough crowd. I know it's so hard to not get what's the word? It's so hard to not get disheartened. Is that
Mm.
it's the same with on call. Like I have so many rejections from that as well. But it's okay. It makes me stronger. And I'm like, okay, well, who would they have gone for? Who can I, you know, try and what kind of customer am I aiming for? Who is my customer? Essentially, that's what I need to ask myself.
Yeah.
My style of voice, I can, well, I say attempt to sing different styles. So I try and, you know, mix pop, rock, jazz, country, all those sort of styles, you know, cover songs. And I write a massive list of all the songs that I've got in my repertoire. And I've kind of built that up over, a year and a half or so. And yeah, it's just good to have loads of cover songs because that's where I think I've been trying to make money on the side by doing gigs where I sing mainly cover songs. I haven't had any paid gigs as such singing my own songs yet, which is obviously the goal. I mean, that would be amazing, but yeah, one day that will happen. But for now, I'm focusing on just building a support following, and that can happen through busking, through gigs. And you know, there's been a time where I've been at the pub and I've had my little sign out and people have just followed me from that as well. And people have taken my card, and yeah, it's very hard sometimes when you struggle with your own self-confidence. And you know, you might be doing a gig when you don't feel like it as well, and you're like, oh man, the last thing I want to do is sing in front of like total strangers. And you know, but I'm being paid, so I must turn up, you know. Put the game face on. Let's put the game face on, and just get out there and do it anyway. And I'm still learning very much so in all of this. And also contacting local festivals, local events. I've been starting to branch out, trying to find the confidence to email them my music and be like, hi, I'm local. And also looking at Facebook groups for opportunities as well. I think I sent you one earlier, actually. I think I saw one.
Yeah, unfortunately, we'll be away in Canada. I'm so sad.
Oh, oh, next year. Well, who knows? I mean, I don't know what to expect either. I don't know whether they hold auditions or whatnot, but yeah, it looks like a good opportunity. But it's always worth just keeping an eye out on these Facebook groups for opportunities. And also what I need to do more regularly is contact cafes, bars, pubs, hotels. Haven't plucked up the guts myself yet to do that as much as I should have done. And attending open mics as well. I believe that's going to give an opportunity to create more opportunities for gigs to musicians. So there's a couple I've got my eyes on that I want to pop down to. And I think definitely attending open mics and just meeting other like-minded people. And you just never know who you're going to meet. You never know who's going to be watching you.
Yeah.
You just don't know who's around the corner, who could walk past you, even in the street when you're busking, and who could open a door for you and change your life. But yeah, what was I else going to say? I think that was it. Mainly, most of the bookings just come from being out in the street busking.
Wow.
And someone just goes, hey, want to come sing at my pub? Literally, that happened in the summer last year. And also, what's been really good is having returning clientele as well. So you get people who come back and go,
Yeah.
"Oh, you did such a good job last time. How about you come back and do this?" And I've had that a couple of times. So it's been so encouraging, and people are so kind. And I still keep going, like, you want me? And also, same with churches as well. Like, I know sometimes it can be quite a tough crowd with other churches, but yeah, if offering to lead worship for other places, and yeah, and just seeing what other opportunities are there from a Christian avenue as well, but also not being afraid to branch out and do secular music as well. And focusing on the songs that you love to sing and doing your own songs. Like, I'm trying to branch out and sing my own music more now when I'm busking. It's scary, but I've started to grow the confidence to do it now. So hopefully the next will be an open mic singing my own songs. So yeah, and then who knows where that could lead. So yeah, I just want to encourage everyone really to just not be afraid, just get out there. Even if you're feeling afraid, just do it afraid anyway.
Yeah, do it afraid. That is it, honestly, because I think everyone struggles. This is the part that sometimes we miss. We are in our own world a lot and don't realize that actually even people who are making it still struggle. They still have fears. They still, fear rejection or fear that people don't like them enough and things like that. Everyone is fighting the fight of faith.
That sounds like
So so regardless of where you are, just keep going, keep encouraging yourself. It's great to surround yourself with a support network, supportive friends who will go busking with you and help you carry your stuff just the way your husband does.
that's so true. We should go busking one day, Abby. I'd so
We
love to.
should. I'll totally come with you.
I'll come up to Derby, or we'll meet halfway. We'll meet in like a place halfway, and we'll go busking in like a local town, and let's just do it.
Come if you come to Derby, we'll do it in Derby because I've never been.
Okay, all right, yeah. If that gives
I've
you
never been here before. We'll go together in Derby.
I'd be honoured to help you take that first step out and just go. Honestly, let's do it. Let's find a little. And that was another thing I was going to say. When you're busking, finding a good space and making sure like the location is good, and like making sure that where you're stood, like sensing the atmosphere, knowing that if you're around a whole street of shops that might want you to keep the tone down a little bit, maybe just put on some like acoustic backing tracks, or if you're playing your guitar, that's quite nice. But because I don't play guitar, but you could play your guitar. But playing piano is a bit tricky because there's nowhere to plug it in. So I'm looking into remote options at the moment. But just kind of reading the room or reading the atmosphere, because there's been many times where I've got the atmosphere completely wrong. I've been putting on like 80s bangers and people are like, yeah, I'm trying to work. It's quite loud. I'm like, sorry. I get told to turn it down quite a lot. And it's just learning to take it on the chin when you get evil starers walking by like this.
Evil starers.
Kind of like lapse onto the eye. I mean, I do this thing where I just literally just follow their eyes across the room or across the street, and I keep singing because it's like, that they're like giving you evil looks or like, hating on you a little bit, and they're like, you shouldn't be on the street, you shouldn't be singing, and you just kind of sense that that's where they're going with it, and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep singing. But hey, you're not going to please everybody, and and if someone does ask you to turn it down, just be polite and go, I'm so sorry, of course I'm going to turn it down, and have a good day, and if there's other buskers where you normally busk as well, that's quite tough because you got to be like, oh man, they're in my spot, but then you're like, hey, we're all in this together, I'll go find somewhere else. It's just about knowing who else is in the community busking. And I'm the same. Like I get real anxiety when I go busking, knowing, oh my gosh, what if someone's in the spot that I like to go in? Because I feel safe in certain spots. I like to have my back to a wall, and like if someone's in my little spot, I'm like, where am I going to go? Because you kind of put everything you have in gearing up to go. You get all your gear ready, you get your song lists and all that. And when you get there, sometimes you have to kind of just go somewhere else, and it's okay. But it's also quite nice to stand and watch the other buskers as well and cheer them on and support them. And also going to new locations is really fun. And that's why, definitely if I come up to Derby, that'd be awesome. I've always wanted to go on a tour of the UK busking, so let's do it.
Amazing. Can I ask, is there any licenses that you might need? Has that ever come up for you?
Yeah, funnily enough, I know in Hertfordshire, where I tend to do most of my busking, you don't really need a license in Hertfordshire. I think if you Google a lot of the local councils and say, do I need a license to busk in, I don't know, Oxfordshire or, East Midlands or, that kind of thing, a lot of the times you'll get the actual council website come up and you can click on the link and actually email people and say, hey, I'm thinking of busking, do I need a license? And I've had someone from the council in Hertfordshire come back to me and say, no, it's fine, you can just set up and do your thing. But I know in Bedfordshire, I believe you do, because I'm from the Herts, Beds, Bucks area, and so it's all different in different areas. So I tend to avoid Bedfordshire, but I go busking a lot in the MK Centre in Buckinghamshire, where a company called the Black Sheep Collective. So if anyone's local to Buckinghamshire and goes to the MK Centre regularly and wants to busk, you can do that through the Black Sheep Collective, who actually are a charity and they support performers, and they basically fund the licensing. So they cover all of the health and safety risk assessments and all of that, and they pay for the slots, and they're really good, and I'm so grateful to them as well.
Wow.
So they're the reason that I can go to the MK Centre in Buckinghamshire, which is really good, and I definitely recommend that if anyone ever wanted to do that, even just like once a month, it's worth it because it's just really good for the experience. And plus, if it's raining, you're indoors, so yeah. So I tend to keep that little thing going just for now. But yeah, definitely. I think there probably are other areas though where you probably can't busk because of local councils as well. Might not be like a county thing. It might be like a local city that might not allow it as well.
Right, right, right.
So yeah, I'll have to do quite a lot of research.
Mm. So always research before you go, just in case. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. And if you get an email from anyone saying, yeah, it's fine, maybe just screenshot it and have that at the ready if you ever need to show someone. But
Nice.
I'm honest with you, I've never had an issue. I've never once. I mean, so many police cars have driven past me and I'm like, you're like going, and you're like, don't come near me. And actually,
Maybe they're stopping to listen to your music,
9 times out of 10 they are. And police, they come up to you and you think, oh, here we go. And then they come up to you and they drop like a quid in your thing and you're like, oh, you do that. I'm not going to be arrested, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that's just part of the learning curve, and there's so much more like I'm sure to experience, and I'm yet to discover out on the
Mm.
world and in the streets of the UK.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, and it is more safe than you realise. Like, and actually, one of the things I've realised the most is that there's more people out there rooting for you than there are people not rooting for you. So most of the time, when you're feeling a bit like, oh man, that was such a bum note, I totally slayed, like I murdered that song, or how was anyone even donating to me? It's like, and actually, it's just the comment from one person sometimes. They just say, keep it up,
Mm.
voice. And that happened to me the other day when I was just feeling like so like tired and down, and I was like, why am I doing this? And then just took this one lady to lean over my shoulder and go, that was really good, you've got a great voice, carry on. And I was
Wow.
like, thank you, God. So
Amazing.
it just
Amazing.
takes that one person. Just don't worry
Yeah.
about the other haters walking
Mm.
by laughing at you, because I get that a lot. But
Mm.
it doesn't matter. Just focus on the people that actually care about you and want you to succeed. And there's so many more people out there rooting for you than you realise. So yeah, I totally encourage everyone to get out there and try it, because it is fun.
Wow. Wow. Well, this has been amazing. Really, really great conversation. Lots and lots of good tips. I hope lots of people have found value in this conversation today. I'm just going to bring this to an end. Beth, first of all, do you have any projects you're working on that you would like people to be aware of?
I'm currently, well, attempting to try and work on my next single. So this is when pardon me, producing myself. But yeah, it's, as these things go, you have a date in mind and then life gets in the way, and then you're like, I've recorded all the vocals, but now I need to vocal edit everything, and then I need to get it mixed. But really, I'm just focusing on continuing to promote my EP, which I released in November 22, Yeah, it was 2022 last year, wasn't it?
It
Yeah.
was. It was.
That still feels like 2020. Yeah, which I released in November last year, called Relight. So yeah, just continuing to promote the songs and share those and just talk about the heart and the stories behind those. But yeah, ultimately, I'm really looking forward to releasing some new music this year. I've got so many songs to share,
Yeah.
and you know how it is, the creative
Yeah.
process, it just takes a lot longer than you always anticipate. And
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'd love to do some more co-writes as well.
Yeah, we should we actually co-wrote a song together last year,
Yeah.
along with Kristen. We should start working on that song. Maybe get you to produce it. I'll get you to start producing it anyway.
But yeah, I can produce a demo version if you
I
want.
think you will do an amazing job.
Bless you. You're so kind. I love the song. I mean,
Yeah.
it's incredible. It's such an Abby song. Like, it sounds amazing. I really enjoyed that co-write, and it was with Kirstine, wasn't it? So
Yeah,
yeah,
it was. Yeah, maybe we'll get her down from Dublin. Come
yeah,
sing as well on the song.
together.
Amazing.
Just get a whole load of us together one day. Just do a whole massive busk for
Yes. Oh, that will be so epic, won't it be?
yeah, we can pick a charity and we can just raise loads of money, or we can just raise funds for our projects. Just be like,
Yeah.
starving artists need to raise some money for our next album. Anybody anybody want to help? Because it's yeah, there's nothing wrong with raising money for yourself as well and asking for help. That's one thing I've learned the
Oh yeah.
hard way, is going like, you know what, I need help. Can someone help me? And if I don't have the money, I'm going to try and raise some. And a lot of the money, some of the money I do raise is from busking to pay for some of my music stuff. And there's no shame in that. But one way I like to give back is by choosing a charity and paying it forward, if you like, and just trying to give back where I can.
Yeah.
Because everyone's so generous. And yeah, I just thank God for people's generosity and their willingness to give and help artists and singers songwriters as well. And yeah, definitely, sorry, I'm waffling on again. We should definitely do a fundraiser.
It's a good waffle. Oh my goodness. So, and how can people follow you, Beth, if they want to follow you on social media?
Oh yeah, I can use this actually, can't I? You can either scan that. I'll leave it there for a few minutes. Not advertising. Or yeah, you can find me on obviously Facebook. All my handles are at Beth Merril Music or at Beth_Merril_music. Merril spelled Merrill. And yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. Where else? Yeah, I'm
And
on my.
you're quite active as well. So people follow her for good stuff. You're way more active than I am when it comes to music.
Social media spamming. That's what I do. Yeah. Yeah, and also sign up to my emailing list. You can always send me your email over a DM. I'm more than happy to have loads of people join the community and everything like that. So, and I've got a Beth's private music buddy community as well on Facebook. If you ever wanted to join that, just send a request and come on in.
Amazing, amazing. Well, thank you so much, Beth. This
Thank you
has
so much
been
for
so
having me.
good.
And it's been so lovely. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate the opportunity to share this. And it's been so lovely to talk about it. And I really hope that it does help lots and lots of people out there.
All right, guys. Till next time. See you soon. Take care.
Bye.